Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to talk to you about how to get details of any ad campaign by finding a creative or an ad of interest. So the first thing we are going to do is to apply some filters and to find an ad which has been running for a decent period of time. So let's go ahead and first go ahead and select the ad network filter, and we will choose rich push as the ad network of choice here. And next we are going to go to the sort by filter or sorting method filter, where we will sort the results by ad gravity in descending order. As I mentioned earlier, ad gravity is a parameter that shows you the ads that have been doing well in past few weeks or recent weeks. So let's go ahead and scroll through these results and find something interesting. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and click on this particular ad here. When you click on the ad, you are shown a multi-tab panel, and where you have all the tabs listed on the top here, and each tab gives you more details about the creative as well as the entire campaign that belongs to this particular advertiser. So the first tab is the synopsis tab. On the synopsis tab, you will see the screenshot of the landing page. You will see a preview of the screenshot here. If you were to click on that, you will see a full-size screenshot. Below that, you have several buttons. Clicking on the visit page button actually opens the landing page in a new tab, as you can see here. Clicking on the copy URL button will copy the URL of the landing page into your PC's buffer, and you can eventually paste that URL into your browser window, for example. And the URL chains will actually show you the redirects that occurred before ending up on this landing page, if any. In this case, you just see one URL. That means that there were no redirects observed for this particular creative. On the right hand side here, you will see the Alexa data for this particular domain. You will see things like the overall Alexa rank and Alexa rank by country and the percent traffic from each country. Now let's look at the statistics tab. This tab shows you the basic daily activity of the ad with up to 1 year of historical information. The default time span on this graph is 14 days or 2 weeks. The x-axis of the graph represents the days, and the y-axis represents the relative strength of the ad, which is a function of the number of times we have seen this ad on any given day. The red plot on this bar graph shows the average rank of the ad that is plotted on a secondary y-axis. Higher ad rank means that the ad was shown before other competing ads having similar targeting options. Next tab is the bid history tab that shows you the actual CPC bids and the bid history for a given ad. This by far is the coolest feature of Anstrex platform. No other tool will provide you with this data. From this data, you will not only know how much to bid to have a leg up on your competitors, but from the historical bidding trends, you can determine the overall success of any given campaign. As you can see in the chart, we have bid history for this creative in 2 different countries, namely Kuwait and UAE. History suggests that the bid is relatively flat with no upward or downward trend. Please bear in mind that this data is only available for about 50% of the creatives. Next tab is the Creatives tab. The Creatives tab basically shows you the other creatives or the other ads that have been used by the same advertiser. This is basically to give you an idea of how many ads have been tried for this particular campaign and which ads worked really well for the advertiser. You can see all the essential parameters on each ad, and you also have the ability to filter the ads by ad network of your choice by making a selection from the drop down menu. And in addition, you also have the ability to sort the ads in various different ways using a drop down sorting filter. Next to Creatives tab is the Landing Page tab that shows you all the landing pages that have been used by this advertiser. And as you can see here, there are 3 landing pages that have been used by this advertiser so far. And you can actually click on any of these images and to see the full-size screenshot of each landing page. And you can click on the Visit Page button to go to the landing page directly. Next to the landing pages tab is the ad networks tab. This shows you the percent traffic from each ad network as we measured it. And as you can see, this particular campaign has been buying traffic from multiple traffic sources and multiple ad networks. Next tab is the devices tab that shows you the traffic breakout by the device types. We have 5 different devices: the desktop, PCs, tablets, and mobile devices, both Android and iOS. And finally, the last tab on this panel is the Geo tab. The Geo tab basically gives you the percent traffic by each geographic area or each country, as you can see. And as you can see, this particular campaign has been receiving majority of traffic from a couple of Scandinavian countries and Middle East. Now let's take a look at another example very quickly. I'm going to reset all the filters so that we go back to our default view. And I'm going to select Zero Park from the ad network filter. And again, I'm going to sort the results by ad gravity, which basically shows me the ads that have been doing well in the last couple of weeks. So let's just scroll down. So let's select a campaign that is kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and select this casino campaign here. And again, we are in the synopsis tab. You can see the screenshot of the landing page here. If you wish, you can click on the visit page button and look at the actual page. But in my case, since I'm in United States, I am not allowed to access this site. So that's why I'm getting an error message here. So one has to use a proxy service or a VPN to see this page. Let's look at the URL chains. Now here you see a single redirect. So you can see that the inbound URL directed from casinohacksforyou.com domain to Mr.bet domain. And you can see both the URLs here, and you can click on any of these URLs. This particular feature comes in quite handy when you are trying to find landing pages that are cloaked heavily or a tracker that kind of cloaks the landing pages or the final destination landing page URL. In that case, you need to go back a couple of steps and click on the earlier link in the inbound chain to get the correct landing page. Let's go ahead and look at the statistics tab here. This particular ad has been active for quite a few days. You can look at the last 2 weeks data, and if you want to extend that range, you can do so, or by moving the handles on the radar view below the graph. Now let's look at the CPC bids data for this particular creative. I'm going to extend the range here to look at the entire data. As you can see from the bids here, the campaign started with somewhat of a high bid, and then the bids were lower immediately after the first day, and then ever since that time frame, The bids have been slightly adjusted over the period of next 2 to 3 weeks, but on an average, the average bid is pretty stable, and it appears to be trending neither upward or downward. Again, the creatives tab shows you different creatives that were used. Landing page tab will show you the different landing pages. The ad network tab shows you the ad networks that were used to buy the traffic. And the device tab basically shows you the devices that were targeted. And the country tab or the geo tab shows you the countries that were targeted for this particular campaign. Hopefully I've been able to make some sense out of the data that is available to you as the user of this platform, and hopefully you can use this data to build some solid campaigns. And with that, we'll just end this video, and I'll see you again in the next video. Until then, cheers.